All right, please come to a comfortable posture for yoga. So a cross-legged seat would work. Take a moment to connect with your embodiment. And just to feel the physicality of your form. As you feel the physicality of your form, notice how the breath inspires it to move. You don't even have to force it. You just feel the steadiness of your physicality, and just by breathing, it moves. It's important in our practice to be able to feel our physicality. One, it keeps us safe. It allows us to explore the pose. And by feeling our physicality, we stop for a little while paying attention to our thoughts. You feel the sensations of the body. Now, notice the posture. Notice the spine. Try to relax, but stay bright. Stay full. Don't over effort. Relax. Stay bright and full. Another moment. Really feel the physicality now of your back, your whole back. Could you make a subtle shift that would make it easier, yet more bright? Now we're going to add extra movement into the breathing. On the inhale, you're going to rock forward and up a little bit. And on the exhale, you're going to shift the weight, putting the weight on the sits bones, maybe just a little bit of the back of the sits bones, so you're leaning back. Inhale, rock forward. You can lift the chin. And exhale, rock back. You can lower the chin. Try to do this in a way that causes no harm to the body, but feel the physicality. Inhale, forward and up with the chin. Exhale, down and back. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, down and back. Try to make your movement fluid, congruous. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, down and back. One more time, forward and up. Exhale, down and back. Come to neutral and lift your left shoulder as high as you can, and then drop it down. Lift your right shoulder, and then drop it down. Do this with breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, settle one at a time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, settle. Feel the physicality. Lift. Settle. Lift. settle. Good. Now make circles with your ribs. Follow along. You're going to go to the left, then back, to the right, and then forward. We'll do this 3 times. Left, then back, right, then forward. Left, then back, left, then back. Good. Reverse the rhythm. Notice the movement and the breath. Be attentive to the sensation. This will create a sense of focus in your mind. Maintaining that focus throughout the practice will lead to yoga. Back to center. Good. Stretch your right arm up into the sky and reach it over to the left. Now draw, you can put your hand out if you want, draw a big circle with that arm to open your shoulder joint. And let's go again. Breathe as you do it. Inhaling, exhaling. Try to feel the whole body in the sensation. Inhaling, no exhaling, and inhale. Good, let's put the other hand down, other hand up. Exhale, crossing down. Inhale, over and up. Stretch the whole body in that simple movement. Feel, be aware. I call this the Pete Townsend windmill training. Last one. Good, down by your sides. From here, unhook your legs and place your feet flat on the floor. You can still be sitting on your prop. Have your feet nice and wide apart. Pull your belly muscles back, sit back a little bit. You can hold on to your knees. Breathe here. Now, if it's available, you're going to lift your knees and lift your feet off the ground. You can just be on tippy toes as well. Breathing. Good. Place your feet down. Relax. Try to keep your back steady and strong. Keep your core engaged. Don't over effort. Feel the physicality. Lift the knees, lift the feet. Breathe. Now from here, touch the left toe down and then back up. Right toe down and back up. Nice and slow. Just keep alternating. Be present for the sensation of the body. More challenge is to lift the feet and the head higher or to lift the head lower. Keep tapping, nice and slow. Noticing the discomfort is still being tentative. Paying attention to the physicality. A couple more rounds, you're almost there, stay with it. Slower now. And relax. Good. Go ahead and walk it forward with your hands and walk it back with your knees, and we'll take a few breaths in child's pose. Can you still feel the effects of the ab exercise? Feel the physicality. Pay inner attention to the body. Good. Inhale, come forward. Now let's drop down onto our hips, down onto our bellies. 3 times cobra pose. Build the back muscles today. Lift 1, and then lower down. If you'd like to add lifting the legs, you can. Inhale, lift 2, and down. Feel the physicality of the back muscles toning toward the spine. Inhale, lift 3. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift 4. Hold it and breathe here. If you can, take your hands into the air. Breathe here. Feel the physicality. It's so easy to lose our focus. The sensation of the body is how you deter the wanderings of the mind. Good. Press the hands down. Use the arms, lift up. And then press back, tabletop pose. You can put your hands on blocks for a little more access, a little more ease of movement. And you'll practice now with the hands on the blocks or on the mat. You're going to take your right knee to your right elbow and then place it back. Take your left knee to your left elbow and place it back. You can do this from tabletop pose. Right to right, left to left. You can rock forward as you do this. Feel the physicality. Feel the hip flexors engaging to do this exercise, left to left. Try to go at my pace if you can. Moving slowly can make you more sensitive, right to right, left to left. When we move quickly, we feel the sensations, but it kind of floods the awareness. It floods the ability to be nuanced, to become more depthful with our mindfulness. 2 more rounds, right to right, left to left. Last round, make sure you try to touch the elbow. Good. You can remove the blocks, and let's lower back down onto our belly. Walk your hands out in front so you're on your fingertips. We call them tent fingers. Tent fingers. And see if you can walk your tent fingers a little further, opening the spine. And slide the toes a little further back, lengthening the spine. As you lengthen your spine, now concentrate on breathing and broadening and lengthening your side body, the side ribs, the waistline. Think about making it longer. Keep this space and put your left hand flat, lift your right hand up, and lift your left leg up. Hold it for 3 breath counts. 1, 2, 3. Good. Place that hand down, that leg down. Lift the left arm up, lift the right leg up. 3 breath counts. 1, 2, 3, and lower down. Lift both arms and both legs up. 3 counts. 1. Feel the physicality. 2. Notice the back body toning, strengthening. And then pull the hands back under your shoulders and push back to child pose again. Notice if this pose feels different this time around. Breathe the amount of air the body needs. Allow the body to recover as it would like to in its rest state. Good. Come back up to a tabletop. You can place the blocks under your hands once more. Take a moment now to very mindfully secure your hands. This will help the class idea that by just being very present for how our body, our physical form feels in a moment, we can calm our mind, we can center ourselves. Push the heel of your hand down and then stretch your knuckles and fingers out until the whole hand seals on the block or on the mat. Be very mindful of that sensation in your hand, that strength, that presence. Can you feel how the muscles tone up your arms and even into your shoulder? If you're really mindful and you keep engaging, you may feel the tone go all the way into the core of your abdomen. If you don't feel that, don't worry. Keep trying. You'll feel those details at some point. Now we're going to take the right knee and bring it straight towards the center, like you're going in between your hands, and then back. And then left knee, center, and then back. Keep the hands engaged, right to center, back. Left forward, and back. Right, and back. If this is not challenging enough, you can do this from downward dog, and back. Right, forward, and back. Left, this pace, continue on. Try to just keep your mind tethered to the sensations you're feeling, like you're studying it with detail. Right, left. Last couple of rounds, you're going to take your right knee to your left wrist and then back. Left knee to the right wrist and then back. Right to left and back. Left to right and back. One more each side. Nice and steady. Notice the sensations and relax. Remove the blocks and come down onto your body. Feel, even when you're resting. Otherwise, the mind will take you elsewhere. Sometimes elsewhere is a bigger burden than having to be present for the body. You're going to take your hands, you're going to put them next to your hips, face down. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat as well. If this is uncomfortable for your shoulder, just bring your hands out more like a T shape. Inhale, lift up your chest, your shoulders, and your crown. Squeeze your shoulders into your spine with your palms on the mat. Good. Can you keep your arms straight? Yes, good. Arms straight. Push your hands down. Push the tops of your feet down. Breathe here. Extend energy out through your arms. One more breath. Good. Rest. Turn your head to the side. You can turn your palms to face up. Eventually, the mind will build a pattern of recognition. It'll just sort of be like, oh, all I have to do is just feel the body. I don't have to think a bunch of random thoughts. And we'll like the feeling. It'll feel comfortable to just be quiet, be present. This is the practice. Turn the palms to face down. Press them into the mat as you lift up the body again. Breathe here. This time when you press your feet into the mat, try to press the pinky toe edge down as much as the big toe edge. Probably what happened was the pinky toe edge lifted. Press the pinky toe edge down as much as the big toe edge. Breathe. One more breath. And now turn your head the other way, palms face up. Treat it like a meditation, a conviction, a commitment to feeling. Right now, you can just feel gravity. Feel the body on the yoga mat. It could be more entertaining. It could be more complex. It could be more fun. But it could also be more of a nuisance if the mind was running. Really try to feel the body connecting to the earth. There's enough there. Maintain the mindset. You'll first go up into a push-up or back into downward dog. Push up and then back to downward dog. Breathe. And remember how we sealed our hands earlier. Do the same thing. Seal your hand in downward dog and stay present for that sensation. You can get openings into your shoulders and back by just really focusing on how you press into your hands. Start with the heel of the hand and keep pressing down through the knuckle pads and the fingers until you've sealed your hand into the mat. You can learn so much about the other aspects of your anatomy this way. Stay present. Keep pressing that hand deeper into the mat. Good. Come on down to kneeling. Find your blocks again. You can put your hands on the blocks. Over to the left side of your mat a little bit. Not all the way, just a little bit. And step your right foot near the right edge of your yoga mat. So we have a nice wide stance. Now, think about lengthening your stance any amount. Breathe here. Push down through your left arm so your left hand is very strong, left shoulder is very stable. And reach your right hand as far forward as you can. Try to open the back by reaching the right fingertips as far forward as you can, like an arrow being shot. Good. Put weight into your right foot. Push your thigh bone down into your right foot. Don't overbend the knee. Good. Keep pushing down. Now lift your back leg straight, keeping the left foot on the floor. Keep breathing. Keep reaching the right fingers and the left heel away from each other. The right foot and the left hand, push them down into the earth even deeper so it lifts your belly muscles up. That's it. Breathe into it. There's a lot going on here, a lot of attentiveness for your mind to feel your physicality. Good. Relax it down, step it back, and you can rest in child's or in a kneeling pose. Try to relax completely. Breathe. Breathe the amount of air your body likes to recover from that longer hold. Good. When you're ready, come up. Put your blocks over on the right that side a little more. Put your left foot on the left edge of your mat. Take a moment to get a long stance and a wide stance. Really push down through your right hand until your shoulder feels stable. Stretch your left fingers straight out like an arrow, like your arm was laying on a table. Good. Now push your left thigh bone down into your left foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up. Keep breathing here. Extending your left fingers and your right heel away from each other. Push down with your left foot and your right hand until your core engages. Breathe. Stay steady in your awareness. And release, step back, rest the body. Notice how much air you need to recover. Good. Come into plank pose now. Focus on that hand placement again. Remember, from the heel of the hand forward until it seals on the yoga mat. You can do your plank on your knees. Just walk your knees back a little bit further than when we started. Or you can take straight legs. Focus on your hands today. When you focus on your hands, notice how it kind of lifts your ribs up into your shoulders. It's almost like you're pushing the floor down and away from you. Push the floor down and away from you with your hands so your core engages. Breathe. Good. Now lower your left knee down and kick the left foot out as you turn open to the right side plank. Breathe. Seal your left hand and bring your shoulder over the palm. Breathe. Look up at the top hand. Make sure it's a straight line. Good. I hope you did your side plank with that left knee down, because now we're going back to full plank. Seal your hands again. Breathe. Trust the physicality. If you really need to stop from the pose or make it more easeful, just let your body do that. Don't let your mind get in the way. But perhaps your physicality is actually appreciating the sensation. Good. Right knee down and turn open left side. Seal your right palm and bring your shoulder over the hand. Create an amount of sensation that keeps you present, not escaping. Good. Back, both hands down, sit back and rest. Breathe the amount of air the body needs to recover. When you're ready, find your block again. It's not required, but it's easier. I'm going to come up to the camera to show you what we're going to do with the block. You're going to take the block, and as you imagine that my camera, the floor was here, so I'm laying the block like this, and then I'm laying my hand like we've been working all class, heel, and I flatten it so the whole thing is flat, and then I kind of cinch the block so I can actually squeeze the block inward with my hands and press down. It's not required, but if you don't have the block there, sometimes the hands go too close together. So you squeeze the block, and now make sure your elbows are as wide as your hands. So your forearms are like the number 11. And seal the hand into the mat. It's hard. If you seal your palm into the mat here, you'll feel your core tone. Now, lift your hips up. Keep pressing your palms down. Keep pressing your forearms down. So it's downward dog legs. Breathe. Just focus on sealing your hand as best you can. All of your attention there. And now lift up your left leg. Breathe. Don't open the hip. Just lift the leg. Change sides. We're almost done. We're going to rest soon. Keep pressing your palms down. Keep breathing. Good. Feet down, knees down, rest. Breathe the amount of air you need to recover. Do your best this next round to keep your shoulders directly over your elbows. And once again, press the palm down. I know you want to lift the heel of your hand up. Keep it down. And then seal the rest of your hand down as well. Level 2, instead of going into down dog legs, you're going to go into plank legs. You choose what works better for your body. You can just keep the hips a little lower and be in forearm plank this time. When you're ready, lift up your left leg. Keep your palms down and breathe, folks. Discern in your physicality when the mind is tired versus what the body is tired. Perhaps the body is actually appreciating the attentiveness and the steadiness of your mind in the pose. Some of you are like, nope, my mind is definitely not appreciating this. Good, down and rest. Wonderful. Place your feet flat on the floor and then come up to standing posture. With your block, if you don't have a block, no worries, but with your block, you'll place the just above the knee. I keep my block on the narrow setting. You can do maybe the middle setting. Squeeze the block. If you have 2 blocks, you'll use the other block for your hands. Squeeze the block with the legs in such a way that the block starts to go back. So make your feet parallel, and then when you squeeze the block, it's going to move back just a little bit, like a Pez dispenser. Then with the other block, squeeze it out in front of you. In the same way you were pressing your hands into the floor. Now it's a little bit weird because of the shape of the block, but you get the idea. Press the heel of the hand and the knuckle pads. As you squeeze the blocks, Notice what's happening in your core body. You should feel your core tone and hug to your bones. That's good. Now stretch without leaning forward. Stretch the block away from you. Good. Yeah, not up yet, just away from you. Can you feel how it makes your shoulders broader? Keep that feeling. Now lift the block up. Keep that feeling. Now bend your knees. Breathe and stay with the sensations of your physicality. Very good. Try to come back to neutral before releasing the effort. And then relax. You can remove the blocks for a second. Shake it out. When you shake it out, you want to sort of release the tension of that muscular energy. That muscular energy is that toning to your bone. Now you relax the joints. You get a fresh surge of blood through those muscles. The body recovers. Let's try another round. Same thing. Now that you know exactly what's happening, you can dedicate more mental awareness to the physical sensation. Squeeze the leg block, squeeze the hand block, so that you feel your core engage. You don't just engage your core, it engages by squeezing. Reach the block forward to broaden your shoulders. And now rise the arms. Keep the awareness, keep the engagement, and bend the knees. Breathe here. Notice when the attention starts to wane. You're either working too hard or your mind, you have like the mind of a squirrel. No, usually is that you're working too hard. Just the right amount of effort to stay in the pose for the full length. Good, come back up, back to center, and relax. Try to relax the muscles, be passive, loose. Good. Place the blocks off to the side. We're going to do a couple flows now, some movement. The idea is to have that same steadiness and poise of engagement of the body, but we're just going to keep the poses flowing. Try to keep a steady pace. Hands in front of your heart. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step your left foot back. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Exhale, hands on the mat, steady pace, downward facing dog. Inhale, top of a push-up. Remember the things we worked on, like the hands. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Remember the things we worked on, like the pressing down of the thigh bone into the foot. Left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, step to the front of your mat, forward bend. Like you're still squeezing a block between your thighs. Inhale up. Sit down chair. Inhale up. Hands to heart. Great. Very clean movements, everyone. I can see that you're practicing all those pieces in the steps. Let's do a couple more. That same focus, that same attentiveness. The body will appreciate it. The mind will be able to take a break finally. Inhale up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Step the right foot back. Inhale, up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down. Mindful of how you plant the hands, downward dog. How you plant your hands, plank pose or tabletop. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Plant the foot, rise up. Inhale again. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step to forward bend. Inhale up, use your knees if you have to. Sit down chair. Inhale up. Hands to your heart. Together again. Inhale up. Be breathing the whole time. Exhale down. Even if my breath pace is too slow, keep breathing. Inhale, flat. Exhale, you're squeezing that block still. Inhale, left leg back. Come up, warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands, downward dog. Inhale, tabletop or plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Push the left foot forward. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale all the way up. Remember the chair pose with the blocks, sit down chair. That's what keeps the mind engaged, that engagement of the muscle. Paying attention to the body's physicality. Look up, hands to your heart, exhale. Last round, all of your attentiveness on the diligence of your movements. Inhale up, exhale, bow. Inhale, flat. Exhale, bow. Right foot back, warrior one. Exhale, downward dog. How you place your hands, it reflects your entire practice. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, forward bend at the front of your mat. Inhale, up. Last one, sit into chair. Inhale, up. Hands to your heart. Close your eyes. As you rest, stay in a bright posture, like your skeleton was pressing outward in all directions, and your muscles rested peacefully on your bones. Breathe the amount of air you need to recover, and feel the physicality, the change in body temperature, perhaps perspiration. The heartbeat. Good. Step your right foot so that your outer foot covers the edge of your mat. and step your left foot so the outer left edge covers the edge of the mat with the left foot back and the right foot in front. So you've got a wider stance than usual. Take a moment. Remember how we planted our hands. Do this for your feet. Plant your heel and then stretch into the balls of the foot and even let your toe pads connect with the mat in your awareness. Good. Let's do hands on the hips to start. Try to just focus on keeping your feet sealed to the mat. If you're gonna bend the front knee, you gotta bend the back knee too. Bow forward, slow. Try not to let your feet waver. Keep them sealed into the mat. When you get to a point where it's like it's getting difficult, engage your core and you can reach your hands for blocks or the floor. I'm gonna use blocks today. On a low set. Keep checking in with your feet. Plant them into the mat. They're just as sensitive as the hands. Good. Now, if the right foot's in front, you're going to stretch your right hand out like you're reaching for something in front of you. Keep pressing both feet down. Don't forget about your back heel. Keep stretching the right hand as far out as you can. Maybe it's the parallel to the floor now, if possible. Get the right arm parallel to the floor. Keep stretching out until your core engages. Legs are straight. It's straight out in front of you. Out in front, y'all, not out to the side. Not like an airplane wing, but like a, I don't know, just out in front of you, over the short edge of your mat. Keep breathing here. Your spine's like a tabletop position. Good. Place that hand down. Push through your feet and inhale back up. If that wasn't really challenging, you may have done something wrong. That's a challenging pose. Step out, wide stance. Left foot covers the left edge. Right foot back covers the right edge. Trying to keep the feet parallel if you can. With the legs straight or both just slightly bent. Press your heels down. It's pyramid pose. You stagger your legs, left leg in front. There you go, Kathy. Press your heels down and stretch through the balls of the foot into the toe pads. Your arch actually lifts up when you do it right. It feels like you're pushing down with your whole foot, but the arch actually kind of lifts, like almost like a suction cup to hold your foot in the floor. This is so good for our ankle and knee health to keep that foot really engaged and balanced. Hands on the hips. Focus on the sensation of your feet as you hinge at the hips to bow. Keep the feet steady. When you feel like the core is engaging or your spine wants to round, now use the hands to be on blocks. Re-engage your feet. Breathing. Yeah, I want to be on higher settings this side. It's interesting. Nice and slow. Send your left fingers forward and up until maybe it's parallel with the floor. And you're stretching your left fingers away from your left hip. So it's a straight line from fingertips to the left sit bone. Breathe here, friends. Engage. Good. Both hands down. Focus on your feet to lift back up and step out of the pose. Good. Let's open the shoulders a little more now. Standing in mountain pose, rotate your palms to face the front so your arm looks like an A, or your arms look like an A. Extend through the arm, so it's the elbow becomes very straight, and it's almost like the fingertips wing back slightly. Good. You should feel a tone in the back of your upper arm. Keep that. Keep squeezing the tone in the back of your upper arm as you draw the arms back and in. Engage. That's it. Muscles have to engage today. Good. Now lift up through your spine, not your chest, a little different. Feel the lift through the spine, the back of the chest. That's it. Keep stretching. It's like that cobra pose and locust pose we were doing, except now we're standing. Excellent. Keep those muscles of the back body really enlivened. Can you feel how it's almost like a back bend that's happening? And relax. All right, we're going to apply that same feeling to triangle pose today. So put your right foot in front and your left foot back. It's not about tipping over today. It's about engaging our back body, then tipping over. Seal the feet like we've been working on all class, from heel, the ball to toe. The body should be facing the long edge of your mat. So the palms face the long edge of the mat. And now activate your arms like we just worked on. Elbows are active, hands are active, and those upper arm muscles are pulling the shoulders back. Good, so it's almost like it's starting to back bend you. Keep that lift happening. You should have a nice freedom in your right hip, spaciousness. Lift up through your spine, not your chest. Good, now start to tip over. Your right hand should be outside the leg, naturally. Keep tipping, nice and slow. Don't lose the engagement of your shoulders. Don't let your hand touch anything today. Just be floating so the core is what engages you. But we're not doing normal Trikonasana arms. The arms are by the hips. Keep breathing. That's it. Keep squeezing the shoulders back. Good. Inhale, come up. And step out of the pose. It's pretty good, but I don't think we got really the effect. What I'd like you to do, especially for this next side, is you're going to go near a wall so that your heels and your edge of your foot are right near the wall. If you try to get the edge of your foot and your heel near the wall, then your shoulder blades can actually touch the wall. And you won't fall over. So now we're going to do left foot in front, right leg back, and they're on the wall. The heel and the edge of the foot. So the shoulders now can be close to the wall. And you're going to extend the arms and pull back. So the shoulders, now if you feel too close to the wall, you can step like 1/4 of an inch or an inch away from the wall. But let's keep both shoulder blades on the wall today, friends. Okay? Engaging, squeezing the muscles onto the back. And now start to tip. Notice how the shoulder wants to come off the wall, especially that top one. Work the arm muscles to hug the wall. You won't go as deep in triangle pose. You'll get a different benefit through triangle pose. Then seal your feet, pressing into the floor. Good. So you can go a little further now. That left hand goes a little lower. Outside the calf, outside the thigh. Inhale, back up.
and step out of the pose. Much better. Now, it looked like you were engaging the pose. I want to make sure you weren't falling into the wall. So let's do the pose one more time on each side. If you want to use the wall again, you can, but really it's about just keeping the core, being the back body and the core engaged while we go into the pose. So first side again, right leg. If you want to try the wall, you're more than welcome to. Remember, we're not leaning, we're not using the wall. It's there to kind of make sure we stay in the efficacy of what we're working on today. Seal the feet. Seal the feet. Engage the arms and wrap them back. Once the shoulders are wrapped back, tip, slow. Keep the feet sealed. The whole core and back body should stay engaged. Looks great, much better. Good, the arms can get a little wider. Squeeze the upper shoulders a little more. Go a little further into the pose. That's it. Breathe now, friends, you're there. Stay with it. Keep the feet sealed into the mat and come up. Relax. Great engagement. Great engagement. Second side, triangle pose. Left foot in front. Mindfully from the heel forward. Seal your feet. Open your awareness to greater detail when you feel your physicality. Bring the shoulders in line with the wall or the long edge of your mat. And now engage your arms. Engage the back of the upper arm to wrap your shoulders. Keep that tone. Tilt towards triangle pose. Keep sealing the feet the whole time. Breathe. A few more breaths. Stay attentive. Stay focused. Press through your feet. Inhale up. And step out of the posture. Whew, great work. Great work. Grab yourself a quick sip of water or just rest in mountain pose, very passive mountain pose. Good. Our final standing posture today will just in fact be mountain pose. So you have two options. First option is to actually see if, can you bring your knees and ankle bones to touch at the same time? So my big toes, my ankles, and my inner knee touches. If that doesn't touch, you're gonna step your feet apart and squeeze a block between your knees again like we did earlier. So everyone has a variation. It's better to use a block than to not have these points of contact with your legs. It's better for your hip joints. So please be humble and honest with where your body's at. Okay, either way now we're squeezing our legs in and try to seal your feet. That's all we're working on. The gentle squeeze of the legs and sealing the feet into the mat. From heel to ball to toe pads. Notice how, for me, I notice in my low belly, I notice my glute muscles engage by truly engaging my feet into the mat. Now, lift the kneecap. So it's like the quads, those big leg muscles on the front, lift the knee up. Good. Keep that awareness. Extend your arms like your arms were swords. Your fingertips were shooting straight down towards the earth. Good. Keep reaching your hand straight down towards the earth until it drops your shoulders off of your neck and ears. Good. Lift up through your spine and through the back of your crown. Good. Breathe and hold your attentiveness to your physicality of mountain pose. Slowly release the effort. Great job. Step your legs back and let's bring our right leg forward for pigeon posture. You can come down onto your forearms. Make sure your hips are level with the earth. As we start to wind down, there's still plenty of physicality, plenty of sensation. You're just not efforting it. You're not using your will and attentiveness to create it. Practice being attentive to the sensation of your physicality. That's just happening naturally in the pose. The only thing that you would do is make subtle adjustments to smooth out those sensations. You don't have to get rid of the sensation. You smooth it out. So I do things like bring my shoulders away from my ears. I do things like relax my right hip and move my left knee so the sensation is not as acute. Just by listening to the sensation, you can deepen the pose. You don't need words in the mind. Moving through downward dog or tabletop as you change sides. Slowly appreciate the sensations of your physicality. Pigeon on the second side. Observe how to smooth out the sensation. Roll onto your hip and swing your leg all the way around. Lie on your back. If your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, go ahead and lift your hips up, bridge pose. Breathe here. Press your arms into the earth. Keep breathing smooth, easeful breaths. Come on down. And pull the knees into the chest. Take your legs to the left. Take your legs to the right. Back up. And stretch your arms and legs out on the mat. Take one more moment to appreciate a deep breath in and out. And then one final moment, squeeze your fists, crinkle your toes, scrunch your brow, purse your lips. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then with an exhale through the mouth, release all the tension and rest in the earth.
Stretch your body and take a comfortable seat. Thank you for practicing tonight. Namaste.